Gideon Optics changes the way you enjoy your gun. From rifle optics like the Guardian LPVO to pistol optics like the Omega and Rock, Gideon Optics engineers sights and scopes packed with bleeding-edge features and price them fairly for gun owners that require the best on the range, on duty, or on their hip. GideonOptics.com, where affordability meets quality. Save 10% with code FRN10. Now, to your podcast.
Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 542. This episode is brought to you by Primary Arms, Walker Defense, VZ Grips, and XS Sights. In this show, we'll be discussing a new old 50, elite binaries, stainless steel XPs, and a baby raccoon. I don't know. Maybe not stainless steel. I don't know. As you may know, we showcase guns, gear, anything else you might be interested in. We do our best to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. That doesn't mean we're not going to like stuff. I'm Chad Wallace, host of the most dedicated firearms podcast around. And with me tonight, we have Tony, Rob, and Rusty. And Rusty is currently working, so he may drop off at any given notice. So if you hear some loud noises in the background and then he disappears, we'll know why. First up, XS Sights. For over 25 years, they've helped you get on target faster, offering tritium sights in all different types and styles. Low light is no longer an obstacle. Most options come with a brightly colored photoluminescent ring. This colored ring makes them work great in the daylight too. XS Sights has sight styles for everyone's. Big dots, ghost rings, standard notch and post, minimalist, suppressor height, all offering tritium options. They are available for a plethora of firearm types. From shotguns to handguns, XS Sights has you covered for all your low light sighting needs. Now, our XS Sights product of the week this week are the F8 night sights for Walther. And if you missed it, and they're listening live, they still might have their 25% off Labor Day sale going on, but when this comes out, it'll probably be over. But if you miss it, you can use code GGR20 for 20% off almost everything over at xssights.com. Now we're to what we did in firearms or something to that effect. Let's see. Rusty's not on mute, so we'll start with him.
Well, I didn't shoot any, but I went down that 22 rabbit hole. I think I've been talking about for a while now. I finally got all my stuff in today. I haven't seen it yet, but my wife said there's a lot of packages there. So ordered barrels and all kinds of other good stuff to go with it. So hopefully in the next week or two, I'll have it all together and we'll see how it goes. But I'm getting ready for hunting season. We're going to go run dogs and stuff this week for pigs and train up for bears. So that's what I'm into right now.
I got you. I think next week I'm gonna have my pig review done for you guys. So, you know, the airsoft target that drives around. So Rob,
that is so cool.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. I realized that I need to upload some of the videos so I can put them in the review, but And the thing is as of right now, if you want one of those airsoft pig targets, they're like $100. So, I mean, I think MSRP is $300 on them, but I mean, that comes with everything you need. So there's a plug for next week. Yeah. Rob, I'm assuming you didn't do much because it's your busy time.
Busy time. I work.
Yep. Well, pays for those toys though, like airplanes.
Oh God Almighty! Yeah, except I'm salaried, so yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so it doesn't pay for those.
Not as much as you think.
Yeah, exactly. Tony, did you have a diversity shoot?
I don't know. Did I?
I don't know. I heard something about you keep telling me to repost the post or something. So I keep circling the post, and like I have to say this week was perfect though because you were pointing at the post.
Nice. You're an idiot.
Yeah, but
you suck. I'm like, what is he talking? Oh, son of a gun. Anyway, yeah. No, I didn't have a diversity shoot. I've been doing some things. Let's just put it that way. I've been doing some things, including working on making a video of me preparing a High Point peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So that video's coming out. I've recorded half of it right now. I have to do some voiceover work and get the other half recorded.
So I'm just
And
curious
I'm posting it.
to know what that thing's going to taste like.
So the whole point of it is this: CNJFO is a Second Amendment organization I work with here in Jersey. Anthony Calandro runs Gun for Hire Radio and also owns the Gun for Hire range where we started Diversity Shoot. And he continually gives out challenges for people to donate, to do this, to do that. Well, he did the me and a little halter top thing, half shirt, whatever you call it. And he donated $500 to Women for Gun Rights New Jersey chapter. So this time he's donating $250 to CNJFO and $250 to the Second Is for Everyone Diversity Shoot if I eat a peanut butter jelly and High Point sandwich. And I'm working on something funny, and we'll see.
Okay. I gotcha.
Right. So that's what I'm doing.
I gotcha. I actually got to the range thanks to our daughter. She'd been bugging me for a while and it just never worked out. She has a friend that wanted to go out and had never shot any guns. So we took him out there and, gave him the safety lesson and the quick heads up and let him shoot. We started him on the CP Firearms 1022 too, something that weighs literally nothing. And then the 22-45 pistol. Then we moved him up to, ARs and 9mm because I didn't take anything else. But so we did that. Of course, Zoe got to shoot her AR more. We had one problem with it, and the problem was Zoe didn't put it together right. The grip screw came loose a little bit, like just a teeny bit. And I was like, I'm like, you broke your gun already. She's like, what? I didn't do it. I'm like, you put it together. So I proceeded to put some Loctite on it for her. So I don't think just blue Loctite. So we can get it apart if we need to. But and I had forgotten, and I'm going to plug Tony here, how much work it is to teach somebody new how to shoot a firearm. It's not because you're always paying attention. It's been quite a while since I've done anything like that. I mean, I've taken people out that have shot before, but not in a long time that hadn't. So, and Tony does it every couple of weeks. So
my guys do it every couple of weeks. Okay. I go in and help for short. My guys are amazing. Guys and girls are amazing. And I thank them every time because it is a lot of work. I can't do it. I really can't do it anymore because I have the rest of the event I have to pay attention to.
True.
But those guys are amazing. I mean, minimum, they do it twice a month just with me, and almost every one of them teaches other people. So that's it. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Nope. So that's the extent of what I did. I mean, there are, for people's information, there's a new review up on the website. I didn't write it. It's for like a trigger for an AR, but it's a 2-stage, like NRA, high power, legal, stuff like that. There'll be another one up here in a little bit from the same guy on a lightweight bolt carrier group. So he wanted to write some reviews for us, and I'm like, sure. So they're over there if you guys want to check them out. Now, our bandwidth sponsors are good friends over at Patriot Patch Co. And when we say friends, we actually mean friends. So don't forget, they have awesome stuff over there, and you want to join the Patch of the Month Club. This month's patch is pretty cool, with Lady Liberty in a mech suit with a flag, says for victory. It's pretty awesome. I thought they did a good job over there. They make all kinds of cool stuff. And even if you're looking for custom patches, they can do custom patches too. So if you're looking to have patches made for something, check them out. Affiliates discounts. They're on the website, firearmsinsider.tv, under the affiliates discounts. There's also a link in the YouTube that just goes to that page, or in the show notes. There's all of them listed. Some of them you get some pretty good discounts on. Some of them are just affiliates for us, so we get a few cents here and there. That's pretty much it. Rob, you up to reading disclaimers?
Sure. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual co-hosts and do not reflect the official policy or position of the Firearms Radio Network and or their employers. This is not legal advice, nor should it be considered as such. Viewer discretion is advised. This is especially true on live shows. Hey, Rusty, you want to hit that spot on VZ grips?
I don't know.
Maybe not. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, our product spotlight tonight is going to be sponsored by VZ Grips. VZ Grips has been manufacturing handgun grips since 2003. With a reputation for quality, consistency, and innovation, top-tier manufacturers choose VZ Grips. They come in a variety of styles, patterns, colors, and are manufactured from proprietary G10 micarta, carbon fiber, or polymer. Available with varying degrees of texture, VZ offers a wide range of grips for all different firearm types. Made in the USA, VZ Grips gives you the grip that you can count on. And our featured grip of the week is the SCAR VZ Operator 2 Rifle Grip. Ooh. You put that in there for me, didn't you?
I did, actually.
Nice.
I was like, I don't think we've featured this for a while. So
Wow, yeah. That's for the SCAR Heavy, right?
I think it's either.
I think we'll get it. Go use the coupon code GGR15 to get 15% off handgun and rifle grips at vzgrips.com. And since we don't have a review tonight, let's talk about the Franklin Army Binary AR Elite trigger.
Yeah, let's do that. Now, MSRP on this is $429.99, and if you know anything about Franklin Armory and their binary triggers, that's exactly what they are. They are a pull release trigger. They come with a safety and a little sticker so that you can use these things. But the AR Elite has a few advantages over the regular ones. It comes with 2 trigger shoes. You get a straight or a curved, and they are interchangeable. You can do that. Then, of course, on the trigger operation, if you haven't heard of them, position 1 is safe, of course. Position 2 is semi, so it fires in your AR just like normal AR trigger. And then position 3 is the binary, where it fires when you pull the trigger and then when you release the trigger. But if you have the trigger back and you want to cancel that release shot, you can just move the trigger back to the semi mode and it will not fire that last round. They say, if you can install an AR trigger, you can install this 4.5 pound trigger pull, positive reset, which they do have. The thing with the Elite, besides the adjustable shoe or the changeable shoes, is it gives you enhanced buffer spring for optimum flexibility. Of course, it does work with most calibers. They say 5.56, 308, 300 black, 9mm rimfire, etc. And it is compatible with most bolt carrier groups. They don't say which ones it doesn't, but pretty much most of them. Of course, there's a bunch of states you can't get it in, but you get the idea. It is for trigger pin sizes 154, so standard small pins. Not many people have large pin triggers anymore. They're hard to find, even if you were looking. So I'm going to say that's pretty much it. We've all heard of binary triggers. Franklin Armory has made good ones for a long time. They're fun. I will give them that much. And the Elite makes it a little better. You can get more of your choice of what to do with the way it recoils and which trigger shoe you like. It does come with a safety selector also, so that you can get that. But it's there. You guys got anything on this besides they're fun? And you can cancel it if you don't want to shoot that last round.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd really want. If I think I'd have I'd want to do that. I say if you're going to do this, just fire both rounds and be done with it. But I do like it. I do want to try one of these out. I think I tried out some of the binary triggers I had for Glock pistols, and those work pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's Franklin or another one, but
yeah,
it's
Go ahead.
So I tried
like
it out. I tried it out. It was okay, but I'd already shot the force reset trigger, and I liked that better. And then when you threw on top of it, the force reset trigger was legal in New Jersey, and this one wasn't. I couldn't have it here. So I think I tried it. I mean, obviously it was out of state. I just can't remember where. And I had to get. It's just like bang, 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 and it's fast, but it's not as fast as the force reset trigger. So, cool. It's a great, fun range toy. I don't really think it has a purpose in a self-defense scenario whatsoever, but there's nothing wrong with range toys.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a ton of range toys.
And
I was going to say, definitely go to the range and get some practice time with it.
And especially, I mean, it works with 22 conversion kits, 9mm. So it has a lot of advantages, especially if you're worried about, ammo prices or something. I mean, the trigger itself's not super cheap, so you're probably not going to be worried too much about ammo prices, but 22s with zero recoil and various things make binary triggers or forced reset triggers, things like that, a whole lot more fun.
Understand. It's one-time purchase for the game.
Yeah, exactly. And it functions as a normal trigger also. It's not like you're...
Yeah.
Yeah, but that air ammo, like you said, it does get expensive.
Yeah. But like I said, if you're shooting something with reasonably priced ammo, you can have a lot of fun with this, is my opinion. I think Rusty's like muted because he's, working or something.
We shot him at SHOT Show last year at Range Day.
Was it last day? Last year, yeah.
I got some video because they had the MP5 clones. They had them in.
Oh yeah.
They were okay. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but if that's something you want, Franklin Armory, they make good stuff. So I mean, I'm not going to knock them, but I don't have a need for one.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a need for one, but that's because of other various reasons.
You got the real deal.
And a 22 conversion kit for it which, by the way, my suppressor happens to be in the sonic cleaner because I stuck it in there and tore it apart. And, I stuck it in there first and used some True Blue gun lubes or whatever they have some new suppressor cleaner. So I stuck it in there and it loosens the carbon and crap up. So I was able to pound it apart a lot easier than normal. And so now the suppressor baffles are in there. So they're soaking, and hopefully, because it had been ages since it'd been cleaned. Because I use it, even though it's a 9mm can, I use it on the 22 conversion.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I have
got to get some crap in there.
Oh, geez. The blast baffle.
Yeah.
It's a K baffle suppressor. So that front blast baffle, which is curved and it's hard to explain, was pretty much flat with lead. I'm like, man, I should have taken this apart a long time ago. But, I mean, the carbon is the stuff that's hard to get off and the lead. But yeah, I have various ways of doing it, but I had the sonic cleaner, the new cleaner to try. And the cleaner, it's pretty cool because you can just like plug the suppressor and pour it in too. But what it seemed to do was it didn't like take off the carbon, but it made it like gooey. So you could like wipe it off, which I was like, man, that's okay. So that's my extent. But anybody else got anything on the Franklin Armory trigger? Now that I got sidetracked.
Before we go on to the next one, that Scar grip you pulled is for the Scar Heavy, because there's some pictures on their website, some people who did reviews, and someone actually did a review where he said, yeah, I bought this for my AR-15. It didn't fit. Guess I'll have to get a Scar now.
Nice.
That's nice. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was for either one because I think they're same grip. They're just.
No, you said there's not a hole for the D10 spring in there, so it won't work on the AR-15.
No, but I mean for the Scar light and Scar heavy. Yeah. I gotcha. So next up, something else that could use a VZ grip, if you wanted. Bushmaster has re-released their BA-50, which is their bolt-action magazine-fed 50 BMG rifle. MSRP on it nowadays is $6,878.95. You can get it in black or FDE. Not that that's a big deal. They did change a few little things on it. It does have a Magpul PRS stock, Gen 3 stock on it, 29-inch barrel, 3-port brake. It is bolt action on the left side, so because a lot of times you're not holding this thing, you're resting it on a bipod or something like that. So cycling it with your left hand works out well. It's just the re-release, same AR fire controls, stuff like that. But it looks like the old BA-50 used to look kind of weird because it had the receiver section and then it had this like space between the rail that's on the handguard. And now it looks like they switched the handguard. So it's got a full rail and it bolts on differently to the receiver. Little changes here, little changes there. If you really, really, really want a 50 or something to that effect, I'm glad they brought it back. I mean, there's still not a huge market for it, but it is out there. And if you want to buy 50 BMG ammo or reload it, it's out there. That's pretty much what I can say about it. I have not shot one of these. I have held one of these, kind of. I didn't pick it up, but you get the idea. Okay. Rusty, Rob, Tony, you gotta help me out on this one.
Yes.
Go on. Pass.
Pass. Don't you want a 50 BMG, Rusty?
No, I don't think I can. I have a need for that.
Yeah.
I'd have to get a couple more kids to help me tote it.
That's true. The 50 you have right now isn't enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I shot one of these years ago, actually. I went through looking for my YouTube to see if I put it up, and I didn't. It's on my phone from years ago. Okay. I mean, it was the actual first 50 cal I shot as a civilian. It was cool, but that was it. I mean, I have no need for one. And then, of course, the state of New Jersey and all their wisdom outlawed 50 cals because you could shoot down a plane with them. Wait until somebody tells them about 30-06. So they outlawed it here. So I haven't really been paying attention to 50 cal in general, unless we're talking, 50 AE or 50, what is it? Beowulf.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. So, hey, great. You have another option. I was watching some people shoot them to see how accurate they were, and they were just guys who bought them. One guy was hanging out to 16 to 1,700 yards with it and hitting large stones. I have no idea how big they were. But if you want to go that route because
if it's your cup of tea, drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Knock yourself out.
Not for me. $7,000's a lot of money to type into one gun for me.
Yeah,
Especially
yeah.
something like that.
I mean, I get that. Now, I do. Go ahead, Rob.
I shot a 50 BMG, the Barrett, and it's like, okay, you get done. Okay, that was cool.
Yeah.
Do I want to drop $7,000 on this gun? Not that cool.
Yeah. That's how I am. And I have a few of the specs that somebody might care about. It weighs 30 pounds, basically. It is 56 3/4 of an inch long. So, it's not light, which we knew. It does have 10 round magazines, and it does come with a GG&G heavy duty bipod. So, hey, it doesn't come with optics, which I wouldn't expect, but it does come with a bipod because they know nobody's going to lift this thing. It's there.
I think this is great, especially Second Amendment.
Mm-hmm.
Look, you have a hard hitting anti-material rifle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. Understand? Second Amendment was made so we could have weapons of war. definitely can serve that purpose, and it goes somewhere where most people go, yeah, I don't want to own a $7,000 rifle. I don't want to have that ammo. I don't want to do this. So it is, hey, it's 100% legit.
I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I just, I'd have to have a lot of disposable income before I'd buy a 50. And in nowadays terms, would I buy a 50 or would I just buy like a 338 Lapua or something? There's options out there now. So,
Oh yeah.
But either way, if you're interested, that is the Bushmaster BA50. It's updated slightly, still $7,000 or whatever it is. But that leads us to Walker Defense, and I don't think they make any products for a 50 cal. I'm pretty sure.
Not.
I'm pretty sure
Yes, they do.
Well,
yes, they do.
Are you sure
The
about
Neo.
the
Neo rail covers.
The Nile grip panels you could put on the
Nile grip
M-Lock
panels,
slots. Tony comes through for the win, but as Tony would say, Walker Defense provides shooters with the finest, most innovative quality tactical accessories and firearm components around. From their Nile grip panels, which will fit on the 50 BMG, to their Nero muzzle brakes, which will not. No details are ever left behind. Only top quality materials are used in the manufacturing process. Together, all of this gives you some of the best firearm performance around. Everything they have to offer is proudly made in the USA. Walker Defense, where American ingenuity meets bleeding edge technology. Now, our Walker Defense product of the week this week is the Blem Nickel Boron Bolt Carrier Group. Hopefully they're still in stock, but Blem price is $149.99, plus you get 15% off of that. So you can get a fantastic bolt carrier group. The Blem doesn't do anything. It just saves you some money, literally. So it's there.
Hey,
great deals.
I wanted to say something.
Yeah.
I posted up. I put a link to our site. Do not let these Labor Day sales go by if you plan on building a AR ever. I mean, we had 25, 50% off some companies.
I mean, there was tons, and some of them are still going till like Thursday or Friday of this week.
I bought a suppressor for $330 something. So I mean, there's sales out there. So don't let it go by.
Geisley charging handle for I think it was $35 or something. It was crazy. So I'm like, okay, this can go with a build. And this right here from Walker, bro, come on. It's a $300 and something Bolt BCG. I might come up with a reason, work some overtime or something, get this so I don't feel it.
I mean, and if you're building an AR, it's like you can't really pass up these deals. And Walker Defense actually sent, it wasn't a Blem version, which they could have sent a Blem version. I would have been fine with, for Zoe's rifle. It has the nickel boron bolt carrier group in it and this thing. And I'm not sure if that's the one Rusty has or not, but the thing is fantastic. It's just, smooth, super shiny. Dirt just wipes right off of it. So you can't really go wrong. Use code Insider15. You get 15% off everything over at walkerdr.com. That leads us into the Shadow Systems CR920 XP. MSRP on this thing looks to be about $1,000. Right around there. It looked like street price was a couple of $850 or so when I was looking. Depends on where you get it from. Now, of course, these are their Gucci Glocks, I guess, is what you kind of consider the Shadow Systems guns. It is built-in compensated. So it's got a compensator inside the frame, basically, I guess is what you would say. The way it attaches is with a little clip open piece, which I don't know how to explain it, but it's not a screw-on compensator. It's just kind of got a little lock you push in and a detent, and it slides over the barrel. it's a kind of a cool way of doing it, but of course, this is a complete gun, so it comes built in for their barrel, stuff like that. Of course, magazines, they have metal magazines if you would like metal magazines. You can get night sight options. Weighs 21.2 ounces, 5.18 inches, 1 inch wide, basically 7.18 inches long. It is a nitride finish. It is 15 plus 1 capacity because it is a Glock 19 size pistol. The compensator, of course, in the slider steel. I mean, you get that. They give you a bunch of disassembly instructions on their website. And, it's built-in compensated, which is nice. It's kind of cool. It is cut for an optic. If you're looking at that. So that it has some advantages. It has pretty nice trigger. It's semi-curved. It's not flat. It's not Glock curved. So you get larger mag release. You get some nice options with it. The slides are pretty decent with the front and rear cocking serrations. But I guess I don't hate the gun. I think it's a little overpriced for what you're getting. Shadow systems. I've shot a few Shadow Systems guns. And to me, they feel a lot like a Glock. That's me. So take this for what it's worth. And they have some nice parts on them, but I think their price is a tad bit high for what you're getting. That's me. Other people might have other things to say, but take it away.
So I'm checking this out, right? Because I shot the Shadow Systems. I've handled Shadow Systems, and it took Rusty reminding me of where I shot it to even remember where, because in truth, it was that unfreaking remarkable when it comes to what it is.
Like I said, it's kind of like a Glock to me. Like, I mean, yes, it's a Glock copy-ish, but it felt a lot like a Glock to me.
If you fell for the agency okie doke back in the day for Glocks, you won't fall for the Shadow Systems. But if you didn't get all the bombardment of press and gun tuber slobber all over the freaking agency guns, then you might fall for the new stuff all over the Shadow Systems. But no, I mean, right in the directions right now, instructions, it tells you to fire 50 to 75 rounds through it just to get the comp to seat. They also say fire between 100 and 200 rounds for a break-in period. No, go after yourself. You're a polymer gun. You don't need a break-in period. Break-in periods were something that were done with high-end custom guns back in the day. It used to be something from Wilson Combat, Les Bear, companies like that, where you'd shoot them to break the metal-on-metal slide in and make it all work in. I can get an out-of-the-box Glock and run this and not have the same thing. So, no. The other thing is I looked up, well, what does this have going on? And I can find it in another manufacturer. Smith & Wesson Shield Plus Performance Center Comp carry. $699 or less MSRP gives you the exact same thing as this. I think the only difference is you don't have the cutesy barrel that's a different color and has, spiral fluting. Same exact price. You can check out the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro comp. Same price. And it has a comp. And these don't have, actually, it's more like porting, or at least the slides extended past the barrel and has the cutouts in it. Thereby, you don't have to worry about timing. You don't have to worry about sensitivity to ammo. With this particular firearm, you're going to have to fire hot ammo through it. You'll probably not really get it to function well with range ammo 115 grain. You got to go up to 124 hotter for this to actually have an effect. So again, according to them, according to their website, you're going to need a break-in period of a couple of hundred rounds. You're going to have to buy hotter ammo. and it does nothing but looks a little bit cuter than stock guns for half the price, and you still just end up with the same shadow systems as the next dude that gets the shadow systems. If you want something different, you can buy either the two guns I just named, or even a Canik Mete, what is it, M9C or whatever they call that, and send it in and get custom work on it to look exactly like you want, have porting cut in it, and still come in under the price that they're asking for, and actually have a gun that's unique to you.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah. I mean, that's a good way of putting it. The hype that the agency hype and stuff like that. I understand. And I mean, you've shot them, I've shot them. And yeah, we were both kind of felt they were unremarkable. Rob, you got anything on it?
For $1,000, I think I can do better.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds about right.
I mean, I don't want to poo-poo it, but it's like, okay.
I mean, I'm not, the thing is they are built nice. I mean, they're not machining wise, parts wise, they are nicer than a Glock. I will say that, but shooting them remarkable wise, they're not to me.
Right. And by the way, hold on, they're nicer looking than a Glock.
Yeah.
The trigger, their trigger is a clean Glock trigger, but it's not anything extraordinary. And what was the price on it?
$1,000 or $850 street price. Yeah.
MSRP. So I can get a Glock cheaper that's more dependable, that doesn't require a break-in period. So what am I really doing with this?
Yeah.
Cool. If you want it, buy it. Not trashing it. But I'm going for the amount of money I'm paying for it. I can actually truly get a performance in a gun from Smith, or, you know, a top of the line Hellcat, which I never do because I don't like Springfield Armory Hellcats. I don't like the way they shoot. But still, I can get a Hellcat that's master frig out with the same exact or close to size, weight, at half the cost. And then if I want anything else done, I still have $400, only going by MSRP, by the way. I still have nearly $400 to play with to get custom work done, like a drop-in trigger from, was it Over something Precision?
Overwatch
Precision, or wow, I actually looked them all up. Overwatch Precision has a trigger I think is like less than $150, and also Apex trigger is less than $150.
And that's the thing is you can get, there's a lot of good Glock triggers, aftermarket Glock triggers out there. Lone Wolf has an adjustable one. You can adjust the pre-travel and over-travel. And I think it's...
Yeah, Glock has a better trigger. Glock put out a better trigger too.
You know, $150 or something. But there's plenty. But I'll let you continue if you had any more.
So I was looking it up, and I'm not trashing the company. I go with you. I think the price is pretty much $300 more than it should be. To have me not say the things I'm saying right now, because the price is the thing that sets me off going, I can do better, like Rob said, somewhere else. I can get custom work done with a pistol this size, and I'm not even touching the SIGs that you can have this stick with a P365 XL. I can send that in, have custom work done, or get their contract.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's the thing is it really all depends on what you want to do. So that is the Shadow System CR920 XP, which means it's the comp version. Now, Rusty had to leave us because he was really wanted to talk about this one more. Next up, we have a knife for you. Vosteed, since, you know, Tony and I did reviews on the raccoons, the different versions, they have a cub version. MSRP on this is a whole $49. They have it in a few different colors. It's a smaller knife. It's got a 2 1/3 inch long blade. It's made of 14C28N, which is kind of a stainless version of D2, at least from everything that I understand about it. It's a liner lock thumb stud, but it also looks like it has a front flipper. If that's kind of your thing, you can use it as a front flipper. G10 handles. I mean, it looks like it is a drop point blade, and Vosti does make a nice shaped drop point blade, at least from the ones I've seen. This one is a little different, though. It has, is that a choil cut into it? If that's because it's small, so you can get kind of a 2-finger grip on the front, one on the choil, and then there's one behind where the liner lock is. I never liked the front ones. They make me kind of iffy. I'd prefer to put my finger on top of the knife, where the jimping is. This one looks like it has some jimping, not their super deep stuff, kind of more looks, but they do put a little bit on the front top of the blade, which can help if you're like cutting stuff. Tony knows what I under, especially with a little short blade like this. If you're cutting up some food or something, that little texture can actually help a little bit. I mean, it's really, let's see, what do they got here? Blade length, overall length is 5.57 inches. Blade width, it's an inch basically. Thickness is 100 thousandths. Flat ground, of course. Stonewash finish. Hardness 60 plus or minus 2. Handle length is 3.23 inches and width is 1 inch on the handle. Pretty much the one, it weighs a whole 2.04 ounces. Thumb stud, front flipper. It still has their cage ceramic ball bearings. Pocket clip is reversible, but it's tip up only. You know, I saw this and I was like, that's a nice, looks like a nice little knife. I mean, if you're into smaller knives, I prefer ones with, 3 to 3.25 inch blade. But if you like shorter blades on a little pocket knife, this might be something you might be interested in. I like it. Let's see, what do they have? They have a like OD green with a black blade, a black with a black blade. They got a white handle with a silver blade, of course. Copper blade color with a black handle. So you can get a few different ones. What do you guys got on this thing?
Anybody want to take it? Because I'll jump in.
I like it for the price. It's not a knife I feel bad about taking out in the woods and losing, or just losing in general. I mean,
Yeah, I hear you.
You kind of get what you pay for. I think it's a good price for what you get.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think. Also,
I really believe. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it's a good price, I think, for what it is. So go ahead, Tony.
Yo, okay. One, the jumping's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
All right. that jumping is, and again, I like the raccoon. We both did reviews on it.
Yeah.
But that jumping doesn't hold, catch, nothing. It's jumping in name only. It's a gyno.
Okay.
Well, and
it's gyno. It's jumping in name only. But they make a very pretty knife, and I'm sitting here looking at the cost. I'm like $49 because I'm looking at the copper one.
Yeah.
Right. You look at the copper one, looks good. But then if you get the black one, is that it?
Yeah.
You can swap out the furniture and mix and match the furniture, and it would look really hot. Or even the green one,
right?
Like, what do you call the choil? Like, you can mix and match and just make this thing look really cool, and kind of customize it. And it's only $50 knives. You know what I mean? If you really want to get into working with the knives, because I don't know what rabbit hole I fell down, but I was watching people use Columbia River knife and tool knives to like add copper to the blade, because that was a big thing for a little while. They hook it up and electroplate copper to the blades of, inexpensive knife to learn how to do custom stuff. This is kind of an inexpensive knife with good blade steel. You said it's Chinese D2, right?
It's more stainless. It's comparable to it's more stainless than D2.
Okay.
But it's got very similar properties.
But I fall in with Rob that it's an inexpensive enough knife that you're not freaking out. going, where did I put my knife? And I can almost guarantee you'll be wondering where you put your knife because it weighs 2 freaking ounces. and and it's barely 2.5 inches long, closed. So it's kind of sort of going to disappear on you. But I really think as a dude, you should carry a knife, regardless of where you work at it. You can, have it there.
Yeah.
But I'm like, in a suit and clothing, a 2-ounce knife is this small, I think is a good option. You can use it for nice things because that's really what you're going to use it for. I doubt if you have to fight somebody with a blade. But guess what? If you need to fight somebody, yeah, you got a blade. It's a small blade.
Yeah.
But I work in a place where people sharpen toothbrushes to shank people. So don't complain about a steel blade that's 2.34 inches long because it's better than rubbing your toothbrush against a concrete wall to get a sharp point on it.
This is
if
true.
You need to defend yourself.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you. Well, we've used a few of the Vosteed knives, and we do like them. We do think their jimping on most of them is kind of iffy, which that's a complaint. I've seen one of their knives, their Anklo, that has decent jimping on it, but it's not a small knife like this. But they're out there. You can get them. Maybe you can get good deals on them. I really don't know, but I thought I'm going to put it in the cute knife category.
I think it's, look, I think it's a good knife. It's a good, like my wife, I gave her a knife around this size that had an automatic open. Because if she does need to use something, it comes out automatically. These things open smoothly. And again, I'm not saying you need to get into a knife fight with this, but it deploys cleanly. And you can use it as a defensive weapon. Let's not act like you can't. I have no bad things to say about Vosteed. One, they sent us the knife, which is really cool, and they waited for me to eventually get around to doing a product review.
Yeah, the thing is they never sent me an email or anything and mentioned it. I'm just like, Tony, you got to get on this.
And I have no problem doing it, but you're going to get a review from me. You're going to get a review on something I actually use.
Right.
And use it. I mean, sorry, but I'm not one of those dudes that do a turnaround in a week on something.
Oh man, that's yeah. I mean, I always and people here probably know that I always tell companies it's like you're not getting anything for 3 months unless it's a special. If they ask for certain things, it's like, okay, we can do this, or I'll be like, hey, can you do this? But certain things we want at least enough time to use them. And
I mean, and we just want to be truthful with people. I mean, even what we talked about today, we didn't trash any of these companies or anything they put out. It's just that people are going to listen to us to get our opinion on it. And our opinion is this, unfiltered, 100. Well, maybe we do filter it and I don't say things as badly as we say it before we go on air.
Yeah. You get the same information. You just might not hear the choice words that Tony's describing stuff with.
I'm a wordsmith.
Yeah. Sure you are, Tony. Sure you are. So that was the Vosteed Raccoon Cub. Now, Primary Arms, they seek to provide you the best shopping experience for everything firearms. They have over 13,000 products. I'm going to write myself a note here because I want to look that up and see if they have more.
Freaking
nerd. From your favorite brands, including a complete selection of rifles, handguns, fire parts, and shooting gear. And they had some screaming deals on stuff for Labor Day. I mean, screaming deals. Of course, nothing that I wanted. Well, okay, they had some few things I wanted, but nothing I was going to purchase. But they had some fantastic deals. Now, every order comes with a commitment to superior service, fast shipping, and an expert support team. Don't forget to check out the Primary Arms line of optics. Also, they keep hitting on social media about the new GLX 1X Prism. I'm still waiting, but They keep saying soon, soon. I think I've been hearing that for 3 months. So, next time I see those people, I'm going to have to harass them. But our primary arms project of the week this week is the Foxtrot mic stripped billet lower, which was also on sale for the, Labor Day deals, because they had like every lower on sale and every barrel on sale, and they had a lot of stuff. It's no longer on sale, so you missed the sale, but it's $89 otherwise. I have a couple of these. They're nice lowers. They are billet. You can find everything you need by heading over to primaryarms.com. Now, we're done. We don't have any listener feedback because, Tony doesn't like to come up with fake accounts and send us bad 1-star reviews. So that's awfully
suck.
It's awfully nice of him.
You guys suck, but Tony's awesome. Definitely not Stein. Definitely not Tony.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could probably put somebody up to it and they'd do the same thing, but probably. So, Tony, since you didn't have one last week, does that mean you can tell us about diversity shoots?
Coming up next Thursday, September 12th, is our next diversity shoot at Recoil Range in Monroe, New Jersey. We look forward to seeing you. Buy your tickets now because over half the tickets are already sold. We're filling up quick. We're going to have some really cool guns there. Hopefully, I know we're going to have the Tandem Cross. We're going to have the 1022 with the Tandem Cross kit on it. I'm bringing that so we can run some rounds down it. One of my Ruger BX mags actually broke in half. Like, nobody dropped it. No one did anything. One of the guys running the table came and was like, "Hey, Tony, do you have another magazine? Because this one's literally came apart." So replace the mag. So I got another couple mags for it. You can come check out that Tandem Cross trigger we're telling you about that actually raises your 1022 from whatever level you on, bumps it up to a much higher level when you have that whole trigger and everything put on it. It has some really cool, outstanding stuff, including the Gideon Optics Advocate Prism, 1X Prism. So if you got some older eyes like me, or you have stigmatism, come check that out. And you can actually get a look at a pretty good optic from a company that's been supporting us for a while. That's going to be at the next diversity shoot. I'm also going to have the High Point and the High Tower Armory bullpup chassis. I put out a quick 1.5 minute review on my Instagram about it. That's going to be at the next diversity shoot. Also, the diversity shoot is September 26th at We Shoot. We're going to have the new SIG P365 Fuse. That's actually the highlighted handgun there. So if you want to check it out, come out, shoot it at our event because it costs $20 to come to my event, and you can shoot this Fuse for free. We provide the ammo and everything. Or you can go there and buy it at We Shoot in Lakewood, New Jersey, or rent it. They have it there as a rental gun. If you're looking to buy a gun, handgun, rifle, whatever, they have a lot of the guns that they have for sale. They also have as rental guns. If you're interested, go rent the gun, shoot it, put some rounds through it, see if you like it. I mean, that's the smart thing to do. Get yourself a couple boxes of ammo and make a day of shooting different handguns and see which one you want to get. Especially if you live in New Jersey, because you have, only a certain time to hold that permit before it's no good. So we're going to be at We Shoot on September 26th. Go to diversityshoot.com. You can get a link to either. You can take the link to Eventbrite and purchase tickets to either one of those events this month. Both tickets are live, and both tickets have been selling well. So thank you very much for allowing me to come on. And one more thing before we go. Rest in peace to Paul Harold. If you don't know who he is, he passed today. It really sucks because he was a really good YouTuber, United States Marine. He was the embassy guard back in the day. Marine Security Forces back in the day. He got out, went to National Guard in his state. He shot competitively. He started a YouTube channel that's really done well. He explains stuff. He does velocity. He does all kinds of stuff, and he's quirky and very entertaining. And I forgot what caused him to be sick, but it was a very fast decline, and he passed away today. So just rest in peace to him. My condolences go out to his family and everyone that's a fan. And my shirt was in the wash. I'd be wearing the Paul Harold shirt that we used to raise funds for his family when they find out that what he had was fatal.
Yep.
So thank you to everybody who has allowed me to be on the show and listen to me every week. Thank you to all of you who've reached out to me and said you appreciate what we do. Thank you for all the donations and everything. I really appreciate it. Almost 10 years, man, I've been doing this, and I thank everybody for all the kind words.
Woohoo. Nicely said, Tony. So you can send us questions, comments, or feedback to gungearreview@gmail.com. Don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review somewhere. We appreciate it. You can check us out on Facebook, X, Instagram, at Firearms Insider. Don't forget to subscribe to the Gun and Gear Review YouTube channel. I guess you could subscribe there because as of right now, that's where we're, streaming stuff. Eventually, maybe we'll go over to Rumble or figure out how to do both. Who knows? But please check out our great sponsors as they do make the show possible. And thank you for always listening to the largest pound for pound podcast on the network. And we are out.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Gideon Optics says thanks for supporting the Firearms Radio Network. Check out their rifle optics like the Guardian LPVO and pistol optics like the Omega and Rock. Fair prices and great performance on whatever optics you need. Visit GideonOptics.com, where affordability meets quality. Save 10% with code FRN10. Now, listen to another podcast.